let's talk about murder.
Oh my god, wait! Stop!
Today you're going to react to the top 5 most deadly female serial killers of all time.
Okay.
Oh.
She remains as being one of America's most infamous killers.
That's how she looks so snatched.
The twisted tale of Belle Gunness.
I rarely hear of female killers back then. Pretty sure there was a lot. They were very oppressed.
Born on the 22nd of November 1859 in the Norwegian village of Selbu, Belle settled in Chicago, Illinois.
So she born in Norway.
Okay.
And
Immigrated.
Yep.
I feel like these are never set in America.
2 of her children, Caroline and Axel, passed away from acute colitis. Both infants' deaths,
What is
providing
acute
Gunness
colitis?
with insurance money.
Sure.
What slipped past the coroner, however, was
That's
that the symptoms
convenient.
shown by the children were similar to that of a person suffering from strychnine poisoning.
Oh.
She killed her kids?
Following this incident, in 1901, Mads suddenly died from apparent heart failure.
Her husband.
Okay.
On the day both of his life insurance policies overlapped,
So everyone closest to her is dying.
Belle met Peter Gunnis, a widower with 2 daughters. They married fairly quickly in April 1902, and once again, misfortune struck.
Misfortune struck? Or Belle bolted in?
She rung the bell.
Belle rung his bell.
Mere days after their wedding, Peter Gunnis's infant daughter died at 7 months old.
Oh my god. She did not wait.
Peter Gunnis would become his wife's next victim. A string of men took it upon themselves to visit what would be known as the murder farm, from where they would never leave.
The murder farm.
She had killed about 42 people.
42?
Why would you go visit what was known as the murder farm?
Despite so much information in this case, the fate of Belle remains unknown.
She just disappeared?
Well, she's dead now, so we know that fate.
So she was responsible for at least 40 murders. Then, with the help of her farmhand, who was also her accomplice, she actually faked her own death and then basically disappeared.
I like it. I like it. I mean, I don't like the killing part, but that faking your own death thing, I'm just letting you know, that's my out.
It was a case that almost defied belief. Someone was killing elderly women in Mexico, strangling them with a stethoscope.
Stethoscope.
With a stethoscope?
This is the very first time in Mexican history that police named and profiled a serial killer.
Ooh.
Nickname El Mataviejitas. This means the little old lady killer.
No, it's way better in Spanish.
Like little old ladies?
Oh, that's awful.
Mothers are thought as grandmothers of the nation. It is because they were elderly women that police deploy a whole task force.
The person the police caught defied their profile of a serial killer. Her name was Juana Barraza.
You know what? I forgot for a second that it was a female killer, and I was shocked for a second.
Juana Barraza is a professional lucha libre wrestler.
What?
Has been
Yo, she's a wrestler, dude?
first female serial killer of elderly women in Mexico City.
Okay, wait. That's very specific. That's very, very specific. The first female killer of elderly women. Could stop there. I'm Mexico City. That's...
I know. So number 4 is Juana Barraza, who is believed to be responsible for the deaths of roughly 42 to 48 elderly women.
Oh my god.
She was sentenced to 759 years in jail back in 2008.
Good. Stay in there.
If you're gonna take on someone your own size. That's what I always say.
Like Belle.
Like Belle. Yeah, how about you and Belle?
No.
Take it up in the ring with your little butterfly mask.
Ishikawa was born in 1897 in Kunitomi, Miyazaki Prefecture.
Dead eyes.
Unlike most serial killers, there weren't many early signs of murderous intent. Ishikawa primarily targeted infants. The parents of many of the children were poor and would be unable to raise their children without any kind of financial struggle.
No.
Again, the exact number of victims is unknown. The police only managed to link her to 103 murders.
Oh, only 103.
She and her husband would take a great deal of money from parents convincing them that the cost for murdering their child would be less than actually raising an unwanted infant.
Oh my god.
Ishikawa's crimes would be the catalyst for the Japanese government to consider legalizing abortion in Japan, which it was in 1949, 1 year after Ishikawa's arrest.
Kinda makes sense.
Ishikawa's crimes also established a national examination system for midwives. In a dark, twisted way, Ishikawa is to thank for actually progressing Japan further, that she has earned the name the Demon Midwife.
So, Miyuki Ishikawa is believed to be responsible for between 103 and 169 infant deaths. She was only sentenced to 8 years for her crimes, but with appeals, she apparently only served half the sentence.
Oh my god. Why?
1800s Victorian era in Britain. A woman by
she
name
looks tough
Amelia
too, man.
Elizabeth Dyer perpetrated
scary.
one of the most horrific killings in human history. Amelia was a trained nurse and midwife
Another midwife. Interesting.
who used her house to provide shelter for women who gave birth out of wedlock or illegitimately. She
I
finally
think I've
quit
heard
her
of
marriage
this.
and changed her career to a new one that was lucrative at the time. It was called baby farming. Baby farming was a common practice during the Victorian era in Britain. The process involved taking custody of a baby in exchange for payment. During these times, baby farmers killed babies under their care for financial gains.
It's called baby farming? That is disgusting.
On 3rd of April 1896, Dyer went to meet up with the new client. Instead, she got arrested by the police. She was taken to her home. Pieces of evidence were collated, linking her to the murder of those babies.
How many babies?
She was found guilty by the jury in a matter of minutes, despite her plea of insanity. On June 10th, 1896, at about 9 a.m., she was hung at the gallows at Newgate Prison.
They'd bring the babies to her, she'd take their money, and then, as opposed to raising them, they would...
So she was... Oh.
Current estimates have it at between 200 and 400, but they had to drain the River Thames to find the bodies, and they still believe that she was responsible for even more.
Oh my god.
She is one of the earliest serial killers in recorded history, the original
I think I know this person.
sadistic femme fatale. She stands out as a shocking lesson in just how dangerous a sadistic, demented, powerful woman can be.
That's because she had to wear that collar.
Elizabeth Bathory. She was born into one of the most prominent families in Central Europe.
So she rich.
Her outfits are amazing.
I mean, there's that collar again. You're wearing a plate, right?
Elizabeth was, in all practical terms, untouchable. She could torture and kill to her heart's delight. Perhaps the most pervasive belief is that she had blood drained from virgins and would bathe in it in order to preserve her youthful beauty.
Gross!
This story is almost certainly untrue.
Thank goodness.
I mean, every woman's taken a blood bath, but it was an accident. You just didn't know it was that time.
At that time, peasants were unable to bring charges against nobles. Some parents even looked at the demented countess as a source of ready revenue, selling their children to her for a lump sum.
Why are so many people just selling their children to murderers? Why is that a thing?
In the end, 306 people testified against Elizabeth. Even the members of her murder crew turned against her, incriminating themselves in the process.
Her murder crew? She had a posse?
The total reported murder count varied between 80
Oh my God.
and 650.
Gah! What? That's a big variance.
So Elizabeth Bathory holds the Guinness World Record for the most prolific female serial killer.
Good for her.
While her actual number of victims is unknown, by some reports she's believed to have killed, like we said, up to 600, maybe 650 people during her reign of terror.
That is crazy.
When I think of serial killers, it's never, like, I think of Jeffrey Dahmer, I think of Zodiac Killer. I can't even think of a modern serial killer that was a woman.
Shout out to Shannon for wanting to hear about the vagina murders.
Thanks for watching this very disturbing episode.
What should we react to next? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
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 Serial killer men are like this. Serial killer women are like this. Hey, come here. Hey, come here. Come here, son.